Now, the Raiders have had a really, really busy offseason, so let's see what their needs still are at this point post-free agency. Number 1, defensive end. Last week, the Raiders announced that Bruce Irvin would not only remain with the team, but move to defensive end. Mario Edwards Jr. has not quite panned out. The Raiders struggled getting pressure on the quarterback last season, sacking the quarterback on only 24 times, which was good for 24th in the NFL, which is why defensive end is still a need for them. Next up, offensive tackle. Penn is showing some signs of decline, and with questions at right tackle, the Raiders should address the position in the draft. However, with Marshall Newhouse gone, no name can be placed at right tackle with any certainty. I don't expect them to select an offensive tackle in round 1, but perhaps in round 2 or 3. Oakland allowed only 24 sacks last season, which was tied for third best in the NFL, but this is still 6 more than they allowed in 2016 when they allowed the league best of only 18 sacks. Next one, cornerback, number 3 on the board. The signing of Rashaan Melvin breathed some life into the secondary that had lost 3 of its top 4 cornerbacks. Rashad will be an outside cornerback, and with TJ Carey gone, the Raiders no longer have a reliable nickel cornerback. Oakland did sign Sharice Rice, but he has been a bit of a journeyman and has never played more than 14 games in a season. If Denzel Ward is available at 10, the Raiders may select the Buckeye. Next one, defensive tackle. While the Raiders don't have to chase and spend a first-round pick here, they do need to invest in some draft capital. Despite me saying this, I am a huge fan of defensive tackle Vita Vea out of Washington. He is a full-grown man who may be pound for pound the most athletic player in the draft. The Raiders' interior run defense was average last year, allowing 11 rushing touchdowns and the 12th most rushing yards. Adding a player like Vea in the draft would improve this interior defense right away. Raiders' biggest need still on defense is linebacker. This will drastically change if the Raiders re-sign Navarro Bowman, but until that is done, linebacker remains the team's biggest need. Adding Tahir Whitehead in the second wave of free agency was great, considering since he's had back-to-back 100-plus tackle seasons. His versatility allows the Raiders to be creative with their linebackers. If the Raiders were to draft Roquan Smith, he would slot nicely on the weak side, as Smith is a natural of the middle linebacker position. Or if the Raiders opt for ceiling over polish and select Tremaine Edmonds, Whitehead can play any other starting linebacker position. While general manager Reggie McKenzie has never taken a linebacker in the early rounds, the talent available at the 10th overall may be too good to pass up. But I want to know from you guys, what's the Raiders' biggest need post-free agency? If you think it's linebacker, give me a heart. If you think it's defensive tackle, give me a like. If you think it's cornerback, laughing face. If you think it's something else, give me a wow face. I definitely want to know. Raider Nation, thank you so much for tuning in to the Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz665. And until next time, go Raiders.